And our first speaker is Katrice Rivera, and she's delivering her Icebreaker speech in the Pathways Innovative Planning Path. And the time is 4 to 6 minutes. The purpose of this project is to introduce herself to the club and to learn the basic structures of public speech. So speaking about what brought her to Toastmasters, please welcome Katrice Rivera with her speech. And her speech is titled, Who is She?
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My plan tonight is to finally present my Icebreaker speech. I joined, and I'll tell you why I joined Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters to access resources and a platform to improve my communication. In 2015, I mentioned to someone that I had a dream to speak publicly. And he asked me, are you a Toastmaster? Toastmaster. From that moment on, I was curious about what this Toastmasters thing was. So I browsed the website and inquired with the desire to eventually join a meeting. And here I am. I stand here today elated to present my first Icebreaker speech. When a new face enters this room, all of you must wonder, you're in your designated space, when someone walks in, all of you must wonder, who is this person? What brought him or her here? Well, I'm standing here to inform you. I am here to use this platform to help me take back what was stripped from me, which I will explain later. I was raised by a strong-willed family, which had a great impact on my desire to say what's on my mind. However, the universe had other plans for me. It seemed like the cards that I was dealt, my life's journey, had silence written all over them. Life's experiences take us in many directions. Unforeseen circumstances like the wind may detour us onto paths that we did not know existed. However, when weather settles, we can choose to travel that same route or take another road. The road I chose today is called communicate. As a young adult, I would discuss drama in the workplace with my mother. Many times she advised me to separate my personal and professional life. She would say things like, don't share your personal experiences with your coworkers. To an extent, I believe she was right. I learned that people sometimes use your words against you. They don't, so I stopped talking. I stopped sharing my stories with my coworkers. They don't need to know anything about me. Later, I found out that my colleagues viewed me as standoffish. My aloof demeanor deemed me as unapproachable, and I missed opportunities, group discussions to give feedback, which may have allowed me to make changes within the department. So I began to feel detached. As a result, I didn't say anything. Didn't want to be involved. But down the line, as I grew more mature, when a topic spiked my interest, I would throw out ideas that were rejected. This annoyance evoked my desire to get involved by delivering clear, concise messages. At this point, I wanted to be heard. So I set out to make some changes. Today, impromptu speaking is my biggest challenge, as many of you may relate to. I am not comfortable rambling off about random topics. However, I am convinced that developing these skills will help me. If I can develop these skills, it'll help me deliver clear, concise messages as I become more comfortable hearing myself babble. As I come to an end, I'd like to add that I appreciate and welcome all of your feedback. I also recognize that the relationship between myself and Toastmasters is a two-way street. I like to reference a quote by Oprah Winfrey. To move forward, you have to give back. Today, my challenges are to share my personal experiences, speak up in group settings, and continue to practice impromptu speeches. Breaking the ice is a challenge that many of you have experienced. Fortunately, this experience can translate into everyday life, so sitting still, listening attentively with eagerness to give constructive feedback will help me pick myself up, peel off layers, and begin to speak what's on my mind. This icebreaker speech is the start of me taking control. As quoted by Robert Sharma, stop being a prisoner of your past. Become an architect of your future. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, for allowing me to take the stage.